Have you ever wondered why the Jewish people are said to have rejected Jesus? After all, he was one of them, a fellow Jew, born and raised in their communities, living among them. So what happened? Why did they find it hard to accept him, even though some recognized him as a wise teacher? Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, we're going to dig deep into Jesus' character from the perspective of the Jewish tradition. We'd explore why his own people couldn't embrace his claims, how this tension led their leaders to hand him over to the Romans, so as to shake off an old BS that's been stuck into your head. Welcome to another video of knowledge and wisdom, where sciences meets truth. Welcome once again to the 6th episode in our series of the Historicity of the Truth. Let's begin with what most historians generally agree on. Facts we also touched on extensively in episode 4. A man we now call Jesus, his name being the anglicized form of the name Jesus from Greek, which is how it comes from the Hebrew name Yeshua, existed around the 1st century CE, Judea, in the Middle East. It was observed that his followers took him as a wise Jewish teacher and a miracle worker. He was executed by crucifixion during the reign of the Roman Emperor Tiberius under the governance of Pontius Pilate around 26 to 36 CE. This gives us a rough 3-year period in which its crucifixion occurred. After this, the movement grew stronger. That's the broad historical outline. But what about his own people, the Jews of the 1st century? What did they actually think of him? Let's dive in. The Jewish community at the time certainly acknowledged Jesus' existence. He's referred to in rabbinic writings such as the Talmud in response to the claims made by early Christians. But here's the thing. The Jews did not see him as the Messiah, foretold in their scriptures. Why was that? For one, by Jesus' lifetime, the temple had already been rebuilt, and the Jewish people had returned to their ancestral land, events they associated with the divine fulfillment. By this measure, Jesus' claim to be the Messiah simply didn't add up. They also didn't see him as a prophet as well. In Jewish tradition, a true prophet could never distort the truth of the God of Israel, blaspheme his name, or contradict the laws of Torah. Yet, Jesus healed on the Sabbath, claimed authority greater than Abraham, and called himself the Son of God. From a Jewish point of view, these were violations of their law and tradition. As a result, Jesus' teachings were not preserved within Judaism. Rather, he was seen as someone leading people astray from the ways of the God of Israel. Things reached a breaking point when they accused him of claiming to be the king of the Jews. To the Romans, this sounded like a direct challenge to imperial authority, an act that could spark political unrest. For the Jewish leaders, this was a hideout to their view of him a blasphemer, and so they urged the Roman authority to put him to death.
Jewish tradition passed down these rejections over generations. They also held firm to their understanding that prophecy had ceased Israel since Prophet Malachi times. That was about 400 years before the Common Era, and no prophet had arisen since. Jesus failed, in their eyes, to fulfill the messianic prophecies. He did not usher in an era of peace, and the world is far from being redeemed. Year 2025, still counting, awaiting for the foretold Messiah. The Jewish worldview also didn't embrace the Christian idea of the original sin, or a sacrificial death for the atonement of humanity. In Judaism, atonement is a deeply personal process of repentance, prayer, and reconciliation between an individual and God or the person they have wronged. Over time, Jewish views on Jesus evolved. Some rabbis have described him simply as one of many false messianic claimants throughout history. Others acknowledge him as an important teacher, noting that his lives and teachings help spread ethical monotheism far beyond Judaism itself. In modern times, a few Jewish sects have re-examined Jesus with fresh eyes, some seeing him as a messianic figure while they're still maintaining their Jewish tradition. So, what do you think? Do you agree with the Jesus character through the Jewish eye? If not, why? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Did we miss something from the Jewish eye or got it incorrectly? Correct us. And stay tuned for Jesus' character through the Christian's eye in this journey through history for the quest of knowledge and the truth.
Thank you for sticking to the end. Before you head out, give this video a like to help reach more people. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell so you're always in the loop, and if you know someone who would benefit from this, share with them too. Sharing is caring, right? See you in the next one.